Playing singles, doubles, and flams with the bass drums is no easy feat, especially for me. I had a weak core. I was always swaying side to side because of playing two on each foot, making it unbalanced. So I discovered a trick that NHL goalies use to better stay steady on their skates on the ice and while flailing their arms around to save pucks, and that's called juggling. So what can juggling do for you? Well, for one thing, besides looking cool, okay, while you're juggling and playing drums, it'll actually help a lot with keeping your core steady while your hips are in motion and keeping the top half of your body very straight and centered, so you're able to play with your hands on top of what your feet are doing, which is probably going to be the case, 99.9% of the times we're playing drums. If we're playing double stroke rolls with our feet, we're probably accompanying that with some sort of pattern with the hands. So very easy today. I'm going to show you how to juggle. The first thing, make sure you're able to juggle with one hand. Okay, I haven't done that in a while, but there you go. So you juggle, make sure you can juggle with one hand, with both hands. Then after that, all you're doing when you throw your ball up in the air, as it goes up in the air, you're going to throw the other one underneath it and catch it, throw. It's always going underneath. You're throwing the ball underneath the one that just preceded it, like so. So I'm going to start with the right hand, the one with two balls in it. That didn't sound too good, but anyways, the one with two tennis balls. You're going to throw it up like so, and always throw underneath, underneath, underneath. Okay? So all I'm doing is throwing the ball continuously underneath the one that's up in the air right now. So if you do this and keep your feet going, doubles, okay, you're going to be able to keep your core steady while your hips are moving, your core is straight, your upper body's straight, so you're better. It better enables you to be able to play around the kit while playing wicked double bass drum patterns, mixing singles, doubles, and flams. I'd like to show you 4 very basic patterns that I've been using earlier on when I've discovered doing double stroke rolls with the feet that have helped me develop my double strokes to where I can make them even loud, even softly, and everything in between. Keep in mind as well, very important to create that momentum of single strokes, the walking momentum, okay? Back and forth. This is going to help a lot to develop your double strokes as your legs, you'll see in a second, your legs keep that same momentum. No matter how fast you're going, you're just doubling up, but your leg is always going in the same momentum, and then you're adding a little whip motion for your second stroke of the double stroke with the ankle. So here's pattern number 1. I'm going to play it at 60 BPM, then I'll play it again after at 120 BPM. Check this out. Once you're able to create that momentum with the feet, focusing on one double at a time, now you up the ante. The more you do it, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So now we are going to double every single right foot. And obviously you do the same process now with the left foot. Now that you've practiced isolating each foot one at a time, now it's time to mix them up a little bit. We first start with the first two 16th notes of your 4 16th notes in your beat. You're going to double up the first two. Now this is where personally I had problems putting them together, was putting right, right, left, left together. I don't know why, but for me it was very difficult. So start very slow, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left. So you're doubling up the first two 16th notes of every beat, like so. Now let's take those 4 basic patterns a step further and make them into triplets. Remember I was telling you guys how difficult it was to double the first two 16th notes of my 4 16th notes within my beat, getting those 2 double strokes, one right after the other? Well, let's take that a step further now that we've seen triplets and see what it sounds like when you take that group of 4, okay, and where you're doubling the first 2 notes of your 16th note patterns, but you're making it into a group of 3. So now, your feet will stay exactly the same speed, exactly the same pattern, nothing changes. The only thing that changes is your perception of how you're perceiving your feet playing against your new hand speed, which will be in triplets as opposed to 16th notes. All right, let's talk about how developing double stroke rolls with the feet can help you immensely creatively. You can perceive them in 2 different ways. The first way I see you can perceive the double, okay? Always, again, in my humble opinion, I believe that muscle memory is the best way to be able to play drums, is to have that muscle memory where you could just tell your limbs to do whatever and then they'll do it without thinking. You know, you don't think, you just do. All right, so with the muscle memory, what I'm talking about is, again, that momentum, that single stroke momentum you're getting with the legs, okay? So I'm gonna come up with an easy bass drum rock melody, which is, everybody knows this one. It should be like the first or second or third rock beat you ever learn, but you're gonna have your bass drum on beat 1 and on beat 3 and. Okay, so that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we got that? So now we're gonna fill in all the rests around that. We're gonna fill in the 16th note. So that's gonna sound a little like this. So I'm gonna accentuate my melody so we can hear it. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 There's 2 ways I can perceive that melody. The first way is the easier way first is to perceive it as doubling the accent. So that's going to sound like this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 All right, let's kick it up a notch into high gear here. The other way, so now you're going to reverse engineer your thinking a little bit, and you're going to think about it the opposite. So now I'm going to take my 16th notes, except I'm going to double all of them, okay? And now my melody is going to be accentuated with a big, fat, a huge single stroke accent, okay? So it would sound something like this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 All right, for those out there who are a little bit further ahead on their double stroke roll journey and looking for more of a challenge, let's try this next pattern. So now our melody, let's take everything we've done previously, and your new melody now is going to be at the 16th note subdivision level. So now you're going to be using accenting with your left foot and right foot. Let's try a little funky, kind of rock funky subdivision 16th note beat. Ugh. This next pattern I love a lot, okay? It's awesome. You can do some really wicked, cool stuff with this pattern. So let's see if you can guess what it is. Okay, we've been talking about doing singles, doubles, and flams. Now let's try to put our double strokes, but now let's try to overlap them and becomes a triplet. Can you guess what that is? That's right, Swiss Army triplet. Check this out. You don't play double pedal, don't worry about it. There's a really sweet, cool effect that happens between two hi-hats when you are playing. You shift your left foot over to the hi-hat pedal, playing a Swiss Army triplet with the feet against your hi-hat, shuffling with the right hand. Check it out. very cool effect happens when you take your Swiss Army triplet, which is a grouping of 3 notes with a grace note. When you put that group of 3 notes in a pattern of 4, making that pattern in a group of 4 notes, now again we have a 4/3, which makes a really cool sounding pattern. So I'm going to play it with a double bass drum. Then after that I'll show it how it sounds cool as well. If you don't play double pedal, how cool it could sound playing 1 foot on the hi-hat, 1 foot on the bass drum. There's presently a very cool flam double stroke roll exercise floating around the internets, done with the hands, but I say why not apply that to the feet at the same time. So this is a very cool effect where you're going to, I know for beginners it's hard, flamming, it could be, continuous flams could be pretty difficult, but all you have to do is think of swinging your doubles and making sure your double strokes now are kind of swinging, so they're not straight, they're swinging and they're overlapped. It's the way I can best describe it, okay, is you're swinging your overlapping doubles and it creates a flam. That way you can have continuous flams and not just go, you know, have a pause in between. You want to be able to play them as fast as your double strokes. So here's an example, check it out. I understand not everybody is interested in double pedal or double bass drumming, but why not carry these examples or these exercises over to a different instrument like the hi-hat? Here's a beat I like to do where I'm keeping the double stroke on all the upbeats. And why not add this to our previous funky rock beat? Now, why not change it up a little bit? Why not? Why only play double strokes with your hands or with your feet? Why not mix it up a little bit? So in this next example, I'm going to take our basic rock beat we did with our more advanced 16th note subdivision level rock funk beat, except this time on the beat and the upbeat, I'm going to be playing the hi-hat with the left foot, doubling up the quarter note and the 8th note upbeat. And with the right hand, I'm going to complement that double stroke with another double on the auxiliary hat over here, playing the E's and the Ahs, doubling those up. So now I'm playing a double stroke roll between the left foot and the right hand. It makes a very cool effect. And why not add this to our previous funky rock beat?